This is a USB thumb drive. I only have 2 of these. How can I possibly handle so many installers that I need with only 2 drives? How is this even possible? And one of those drives isn't even used for installers. How am I doing it? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you guys. Let's get into the video. Alright everybody, we are going to show you this tool, and this tool is called Ventoy. It's a very cool tool. It allows you to create a multi-bootable USB flash drive simply by copying and pasting ISO files, IMG files, other types of files. I know it works with, I believe it works with VHD files even, which is a virtual hard disk file, which can only be created by like VirtualBox, QEMU, that type of stuff, because VMware only uses VMDK. So yeah, that's because VMware sucks. But anyways, let's get into actually showing you how this software works and how to use it.
Hello, we're on the computer now, guys. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to use this program. The full name of the program that we are actually going to run is Ventoy to disk. So in order to download this program, we need to go to a browser. I'm going to use Brave here. So I of course have a custom HTML page, but we're going to go to the address bar and we're going to type ventoy.net.
Net https/ventoy.net selected. Document visit blank https/list with 11 item news heading level. What is Ventoy features heading left contact head no next heading. Feature what news heading left no previous head list without a list unusable USB solution unlabeled graphic to get unlabeled graphic to get missing in unlabeled graphic to new list out of list heading level 2 news. 2012 heading level 2 what is Ventoy. Ventoy is an open with ISO/W. You can copy many files at a time x86 leg away. Most type of OS supported Windows/WinPD/Linux/700 heading level 2 features. List with 20 bullet very simple bullet fast bullet contact heading you can join in the queue separate Ventoy.net website long link L Ventoy.net bullet find file
and search for
DONADS dialog text download not found Ventoy bullet no need bullet directly boot from ISO bullet out 700 and most type of OS supported Windows/WinPD/Linux/Chrome OS/Unix/VMware/Nen Way x86 leg you can copy many files at a time ISO/WIM/IMG/VHDX/EFI files to the USB drive and boot them directly. With Ventoy is an
I'm
open
going to
source.
put some of this stuff
Heading
in
level 2 what is 2020 heading level 2 news. List with 11 out of list unusable USB unlabeled graphic to unlabeled a new list out of list heading level 2 news. 2021/08 toolbar VEN unselect or .no unselect y.net ventoy.net/DOLAD download https/toolbar new type address and 403 forbidden document heading level 1 toolbar
that didn't work.
VEN y select y t y o u u
Alright, so instead of doing that, since that's such a complicated mess, let's
DONLAD download space VEN Ventoy https form page clickable download.ventoy link heading level 2 clickable Ventoy visited link clickable download.ventoy link heading
download
document visit blank download.ventoy unlabeled graphic to get missing image this and list with 11 out of list text released column size column for row 2 file SHA 256 column 2 0 BDA 40
I have a thing there.
source code heading level 2 binary heading level 2 table SHA released size row 2 file SHA 200 released column 3 2021 08 size column 412 MB row 3 file column 1 visited link Ventoy 1.0.51 Linux row 2 release SA file column 1 row 1 size column released column 3 released row 2 file column 1 Ventoy 1.0. List with 11 items Chinese letter table with 7 rows and row 3 Ventoy 1.0.51 Linux row 2 Ventoy 1.0.51 Windows.zip visited link.
So we're going to want the Windows.zip
document visit
here.
blank releases Ventoy/Ventoy GitHub link kit to content
And it's going to bring us to their GitHub,
main landmark at Ventoy graphic link. No next heading.
which we need to go down.
Ventoy link list 2 3 4 5 cloud ready for 5 OS 4 PC 6 new image support 5 support Lenovo Easy Startup 4 support escaped quotes in Ventoy.net 3 support 2K10pdx2 fix the mount issue for 2K1 experimental support 5 OS/cloud ready link notes out of list link graphic at Ventoy link Ventoy visited link Ventoy 1.0.51 release
Ventoy 1.0.
release under link button
Never mind, screen.
main landmark no next heading heading level 1 visited link Ventoy list link you must link 20 link you must link 1000 out of list link issues link 3 link out of link visited link latest release list with 3 items link v1 link v71 clickable menu button out of list visited link Ventoy 1.0.51 release link graphic at Ventoy link list with 6 items 1 experiment 2 3 4 5 6 easy out of 250 Ventoy 1.0.51 Windows.zip 0 BDA 41 B53009 Ventoy 1.0.51 Windows.zip 0 BDA 41 unknown safely remove hardware and inject media tooltip.
What the?
Release Mentor 1. Release Mentor 1.0.51 CD.ISO 759 F70.
So I guess you can get a Ventoy ISO.
Mentor 1.6 form button unavailable. Button unavailable at 9100 but Mentor 1 shop link HTTP list with 6 out of list link HTTPS /www.mentor.net/n/news.html for shop Mentor 1.6 form button unavailable at 9000 button shop ceiling list cloud ready 3 S46 5 cloud easy startup out of list shop 200 and Mentor 1.0.51 windows.zip 0 BDA41 B53977 B1 of 76608 FFE 4205770 D9600 unknown. Safely remove hardware and
So it's not wanting to download for me. It's not that
4 3 2 1
difficult to
out of visited link Mentor 1.0.51 release. List with 3 items. Clickable menu button collapsed sub link out of navigation visit link project link action link discuss link 32 link pull link free and link out link 25 link you must be signed into Star repository.
It's somewhere here, I know.
Unknown.
It's on their GitHub. You can
list,
probably find it fairly easily. I will attempt to find the direct download links to this version, but they're going to change over time, so you're going to want to look yourself. But either way, I already have it downloaded, so I'm going to go.
User /EKN Ethan /VNTO folder new list Explorer Super.
I'm going to go in here. You'd have to extract the zip usually, but I already did that.
Extension.
So we run this ventoy to disk.exe, and there's also an sh script for Linux, which is a command line tool that I'm not entirely sure how to use. I haven't tried it. I'd be able to figure it out pretty quickly. I just don't know the variables at the moment.
Device grouping. Status ready button. Install button.
So I am going to take my USB thumb drive here. I'm not actually going to install this. I'm just going to show you what you would do. Is you take it and you plug it on in, just like this. And there it goes.
Device grouping. Status ready button. Install button. Combo box FG 4000.
Oh, you need to plug it in and then launch Ventoy to disk.
Explorer superscript to Mentor to disk device grouping. Status ready. Install button. Combo box FGV 64GB USB disk 3.0. Install device group update button.
See, I have an update option now because I already have it installed.
Combo box V 64GB USB install button.
But normally you'd click install.
Warning dialog, the disk will be formatted and all the yes button, alt, no button, alt, Mentor to disk dialog.
But you'd say yes, and it'll ask you twice. You say yes, yes,
unknown.
And
27
yeah.
Studio, stop recording check off.
So then what we do is basically just get an ISO file and copy it into this, which mine is set to V:. I did that manually. By default, it sets itself to something else, but I have a bunch of ISOs in here. I also have this, which that, just to show you can still store things on here, as long as they're not, bootable image files, because then they're going to show up in the menu. If you don't want them to show up in the menu, then you're kind of out of luck. You don't want to store bootable image files. ISOs that I just copied over. And we're going to eject this.
User promoted speak Dropbox user promote speak Dropbox button.
Okay, we are not going to use that.
NVIDIA global power on speak Dropbox Steam clock to safely remove hardware context Mentor V and eject battery meter new notification from Windows Explorer safe to remove folder new list break 20 off 27 studio mode stop recording.
Let's show you how to actually boot some stuff.
Alright guys, sorry if this is a bit difficult to see the screen. There's nothing on it right now, so that's why it's black. But I'm going to take my USB drive, so I need to set this down, pop the cover off of the tip there. Alright, and we're going to plug it in to the USB port on the side of this. This is a very old laptop. The keyboard's a bit beat up even. That's why I have an external keyboard off to the left of me here that I'm going to use. So we're going to plug that in, and when I boot this up, it's going to complain about the battery. So that beep beep you hear when it boots up, that doesn't happen with Ventoy. That's just a problem with this computer. So we're going to boot it up, and I'm going to hit escape to get out of the little prompt thing. That's not part of Ventoy either, by the way. Alright, so that's the stupid thing, and now Ventoy's going to take a second to load. The reason mine takes a second is because I put that NVDA light thing in there, and that makes it take longer. The other part of that is this computer is a really, really old computer, and so it's a little bit slow. But sorry about the leaning forward and appearing on the screen. Okay, so there's our boot menu. You can see, if I got this here, you can hopefully see that. I'm doing my best here. I'm going to course I am blind, so it's a bit difficult to point my phone at the screen, but that is the Ventoy boot menu. And so let's show Genix, because that's something very easy to tell that is starting up, because it has very many boot sounds. Now, I have a lot of stuff in my boot menu of Ventoy. And the other part about this is, speaking of boot menus, you will have to go into your computer's boot menu and either reorder the boot order, so it boots by USB, or select the USB, and then the Ventoy boot menu should come up. And this boot menu, it's pretty simple. It's alphabetically ordered. So if you can think about the alphabet and think about how your ISOs are named in your IMG files and stuff, then you can figure out where you need to be. So I'm going to scroll down to Genix here. And I'm going to press enter. So as you can tell, we are booting into Genix. So I'm just going to wait for this to complete. And that's some of Genix's little beep sequences. And then this part's going to take a bit. It's going to need to copy itself into RAM and load a bunch of things. But in a sec here, we should hear the Genix startup tune. Those were all like, there it is. That was me, forcing it to hurry up. And let's see if anything happens here. We're just waiting for Fenrir to come up. And I will show a couple other ISOs, but you guys can stop watching once this boots, because there's not much more important stuff. Although I do have a little recap bit at the end that I'm going to record, just in case you guys don't get all the points. So I'm also going to try booting Cloud Ready on the Mac, because it won't boot on this machine, because it's a non-UEFI machine. This machine doesn't support UEFI, it's too old. So we're just waiting for Fenrir and things to get moving here. This might take a minute, because this computer is fairly old. So it's going to take a bit here for things to get all powered up. This is probably a computer from around 2009. It's a dual-core CPU. It's an Intel Core 2 Duo with 4 gigs of RAM and a 180 gig spinning hard disk. So it is going to take a little while. Although it should be up by now. Oh, there it goes. Now it'll only be a minute after Fenrir starts up here. Just gotta wait for it to finish with its key rings or whatever here, and then we should be good to go. We'll also show a WinPE environment booting, but I'm going to cut for that because, yeah. Alright, so we got install the Android device, or OS on this device. So this is Genix. So we can drop to the system shell. And to prove that the Genix way still works, which is basically Genix will boot and copy itself into RAM, I'm going to unplug the USB, just like that. It's unplugged. See, it's right here in my hand. Put it down there. I can still do things. Here, I need to put this down to type, but here, I'm going to type an LSBLK. Look this up before I hit enter.
CSH, correct SLBLK to LSBLK NIA. CSH, correct SLBLK to LSBLK NIA. MTSH, command not found. SLBLK 127.0 running job as history.
Alright, well, I typed that wrong. Let's try that again. LSBLK. Let's do that correctly this time.
Arch ISO cache LSBLK. Name admin RM size row type mount points loop 07001.8 G1 loop /1 /arch ISO /IROOT star 800 G0 disk star 18103 M0 parts dot 2820996 M0 parts dot 3830 149 G0 part SR 01101 1024 M0 ROM 0 running job as history hash 3 plus 160159 2021-09-06 root at Arch ISO cache.
And that's actually saying root at Arch ISO, but since it's using RH voice, it's saying root at RG Sotil hash, or root at RG Sotil cache, which sounds really weird, but it's saying root at Arch ISO hash. It's very weird. I don't know why RH voice says it like that, but now we could do anything in Genix. I can type an exit and get back to that little menu. And then we're back in this.
Enable remote access to this install Jentu on this device and access this device's storage over the network. Partition of hard disk, flash and image to a desktop to system shut. Reset Windows flash and image to a Raspberry Pi or other ARM device.
I will be doing that later. That will probably be a podcast though, not a video. So we're going to shut this boy down, so I'm going to drop back to the system shell, and I am going to type shutdown space now. And I'm going to lift this up and show you. And actually, I'm going to do a dash F here. F space now. So it's going to forcefully.
CSH, command not found. Shutdown F 127 running job.
That was me. SHUTDOWN dash F space now. And this time it should work. Alright. So the reason I did a dash F flag was just because it's faster and it's not running anything, so it's okay. Now I want to plug this thing in, and we're going to boot up once again. And we'll select Heinrich's boot CD, just to show you that a WinPE environment will work. That'll also work with like a Windows installer or anything of that nature, but I am not going to boot that at the moment, just because of reasons. But pretty much any Linux distro should work. Windows Vista or older probably won't work, so don't try it, because I tried XP and it didn't work. That could be this hardware, but I doubt it. Alright, so we're gonna scroll down here. So we're gonna click enter on Heinrich's boot CD. And I'll be back when this is going to start up. And there it is, everybody. That is Heinrich's boot CD, PE.
I don't know, I don't remember ever looking. He said it happened like a year ago.
I do apologize for all the background chatter. That's some stuff going on in the house, but in order to press the narrator command, I need to set the phone down, so hold on 1 second. So I'm going to press Control Windows Enter, and we should get speech.
Starting narrator.
Yep, there we go.
Desktop list. This PC. 1 of 9. Non-selected.
So there's proof that Ventoy can boot Windows environments. Right there. This is Hiron's boot CD, which is technically not made by Microsoft, but it is a Windows 10 pre-installation
PE
environment.
Network Manager 0.59.v12
And that's a really
Pro
annoying
5.
thing about it, is the PE Network Manager constantly comes up. But, yeah, that's fun. Get out of here. Alright, so there we go. And now we will show... Hey, what are you doing?
Taskbar.
Hey,
Pane.
I didn't tell you to do that. I told you... Ooh. That's pretty bad. Alright. Well, that's because this computer's old.
Domain or / server name.
Hold on. Why is it doing that? Stop it.
Recycle bin. 2 of 9.
Alright, there we go. We're back on the desktop now. I don't know what was going on. But
Utilities. Selected. Change keyboard layout.
and this is
4
the
of
purpose
9.
of me having that
Selected.
NVDA Lite copy on there, because I can go here
Run dialog.
and type, like, I believe it's
C.
Y? Is it Y colon?
Colon. Y.
Alright, I don't know if that's gonna work. Hold on. No. You know what? I'll show that when I get a newer
Narrator
laptop.
dialog. Okay.
Because that
Desktop
is
list.
really glitchy and buggy with this
Command prompt.
old computer. This computer is so old to the point where booting things like this is just too much for it. So we're gonna shut her down. So I'm gonna hold this up. I think I can do this with one hand. So Alt F4.
Shut down Windows dialog. What do you want the computer to do? Shut down. Combo box.
Yes, and that's exactly what we wanted to do.
Desktop
So,
list. Command prompt. 5 of 9.
so it continues babbling even as the screen goes black. That's a weird glitch about Windows 10 PE. And there we go, it's off. That's one thing about Windows 10 PE is it shuts down way faster. Alright, now let's go over and grab the Mac, and I will show you how Cloud Ready boots on the Mac. So yeah, let's get into that. Hey guys, so once again, I hope that you can see this screen of the Mac here. And also, once again, I'm going to take this USB drive. This time, I'm going to successfully pop the cover off with one hand. And stick it on the back, just like that. And then we're going to plug in the drive right to the side of the computer. I'm just going to see if I can show you me plugging this in, which is going to be very, very difficult, one-handed. Okay, I think this is not... Oh, and I'm plugging it into the charging port. That's why it's not working. I'm like, why is it not plugging in? And then I'm like, oh wait, I'm plugging it into the MagSafe port, because yes, I still have an old enough Mac to have MagSafe, so haha. Alright, put that in, and this is going to take two hands. So I do need to set this down for just a moment, but I'm going to hold the Option key and press power. And I can lift this back up because I can hold the Option key with one hand. So we're going to boot up into the Mac boot menu here. And unfortunately this is not an M1 model, so there is no talking boot menu. So, there you go. I don't actually have a M1 model Mac, although I do want to get one, but it's not on my priority list to get. Now, one thing with Ventoy and Macs is it is not officially supported, so things might go wrong. Most ISO images, in my opinion, or in my trials, have not booted. Most of them say security They're not a secure platform 14. They may work on newer Macs, I don't know, if you turn off secure boot. But in my case, I have an Intel Mac with no T2 chip, so there's no secure boot, but it still seems to be somehow there. And it's not in the freaking startup security utilities. So, that's kind of an issue. Now I can probably stop holding the Option key, and I'm going to hit right arrow because I'm focused on Windows, and hit Enter. And hopefully, I clicked the right thing, and we'll get into our Ventoy right away here. And there it is. So, you can see it looks a lot whiter on the Mac screen because the Mac screen is much better than that old Dell. So I'm going to go down. That's Clonezilla. That's Cloud Ready. And we're going to press Enter. And I'll be back once this thing boots.
Chromebox spoken feedback is ready.
Alright.
Password for BR9.
Now I am going to log in. So I'll be back once I do that. Guys, I was having trouble getting logged in, and I couldn't browse as guest because Chromevox broke. But you get the idea. It does boot. As you saw, I don't know why I wasn't able to log in this time. Usually I can. I think I was just typing something wrong or doing something wrong, but I'm not going to bother with it. But either way, that is how it works. So, yeah. Alrighty guys, that is Ventoy. It is a great USB tool, maybe one of the last ones you'll ever need to use, depending on your setup and depending on how geeky you get, because sometimes if you get too geeky, Ventoy will break. But you can get pretty dang geeky with it before it breaks. So, it tends to work most of the time. Just every once in a while, if you get too geeky with it, like trying to, I don't know, run 6 different operating systems on a MacBook Pro with a, like, some sort of weird thing, or trying to, yeah, I don't know. But, or trying to, like, run virtualized Mac OS stuff, or I don't know. If you're trying to do some weird, crazy, geeky thing, it might not work so well. But, yeah, that is Ventoy. Thank you guys for watching. As always, it's your boy, Bind Electron, out.